Good morning. Welcome to the July 17th, 2025 Subdivision and Utility Advisory Committee. I'll call the meeting to order, and could we hear the opening announcements, please?
Before we begin the agenda, the Wichita-Sedgwick County Metropolitan Area Planning Commission would like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone to this public hearing. Copies of the agenda for today's meeting, the public hearing procedure, and Planning Department staff reports on all agenda items are available on the counter in the lobby. The Planning Commission's bylaws limit the applicant of a subdivision application and his or her representatives to a total of 10 minutes of speaking time at the start of the hearing on that item, plus up to 2 minutes at the conclusion of that hearing. All other persons wishing to speak on agenda items are limited to 3 minutes per person. However, if they feel that it is needed and justified, the Commission may extend these times by a majority vote. All speakers are requested to state his or her name and address for the record when beginning to speak. When you are finished speaking, please share your name, address, and the case number on the sheet provided in the room. This will enable staff to notify you if there are any additional proceedings concerning that item. All speakers at the podium, please remove your face mask before speaking into the microphone.
Could we have the roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Bill Johnson.
Present.
Tony Zimmelman.
Here.
Bob Duell.
Here.
Jocelyn Klontz.
Here.
Doug High.
Here.
Leon Mader.
Here.
Don Williams Bay.
Here.
Sir, I'm excited to announce that all members are present.
Okay, thank you. So we don't have a very long agenda today. Before we start, I want to make sure the applicant or agent's here. I know that we have the agent for Falcon Falls how about Vineyard Terraces? You're here. Okay, great. That puts us to the first case, which was deferred from the last subdivision meeting, July 3rd, 25. This is a one-step final plat for Falcon Crest. It's located at the northwest corner of Meridian Avenue and Burton Avenue. It's in the city, and could we have the staff report, please?
Hello? There we go. Got it. Greg Sharon, planning staff, here to present Falcon Crest Edition. If you can go to the plat, please. This 24-lot residential subdivision in the city. If you recall, it was presented at the last meeting, but it was deferred because there was some utility issues that needed to be worked out. And it's my understanding that those utility issues have been worked out. And the 5-foot utility easement along Burton Avenue will be increased to 10 feet to accommodate those changes. So with that, I will stand for questions.
Okay. Questions from the commissioners? Okay. Any questions or comments from the advisory board? Okay, thank you. We'll have the applicant or agent come forward, name and address, and you'll have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Kim Edgington, PSC Consulting, 2532 North Cardinal Drive, Wichita, Kansas. We appreciate staff really got right on this, and we all met quickly and figured a way out of this. So the things that we would like to clarify on the staff report are items A5, that the setback adjacent to lots 10 through 15, or essentially from lot 10 all the way to the east, that will become a 10-foot building setback and utility easement. So staff has agreed that based on where that water line is located, that's something, it's not necessarily ideal, but this being a hard to figure out infill project that they were great in accommodating that. So that is one thing that will be changed on the plat as it goes forward. The second item, A6, where we are referring to that 15-foot utility easement on the north side of the plat. We would just like to clarify that that is going to be on property that is outside of this plat. It will be on the county-owned property to the north. So just felt like that was maybe a point of clarification that should be made. And then the last item was F1 under the planning items. We are simply asking that rather than doing a PUD adjustment, that because this PUD has not yet gone to council, that we could mirror everything onto the PUD to match this plat before it would go to council. Is that something that staff would be agreeable?
Okay, we think we have a route forward on that, but we might need to talk about it.
Okay, it just something that just to save another step in the process to kind of keep everything moving along together, and so that the plat and the PUD do match up. So
Yeah, I if I could, I would think that F1 is really kind of more of a notification about be aware of this in terms of the process about how we get there.
Right.
We'll be able to work on that.
Okay, great. Other than that, I would stand for any questions.
Okay, thank you. Well, staff and advisory board, you've heard her comments. Are you in, except for this last item we just talked about, are you all in agreement with what she has put forth?
Matt Schultz, City Engineering. I just wanted to be noted that city staff has plans to go locate the 36-inch water line along Burton to physically locate it. That's scheduled for early next week, just to verify its actual location. And if it is where it's located, I don't see any problem, but would like that noted.
Yes, Scott.
If I could, so does that impact this plat? But what happens if it's not where you think it is?
Then yes, it could impact things, and we would have to have another discussion.
But the next step is then to take it to MAPC, which would provide an opportunity if you do locate it and find that it's not where you think it is, for conversations and next steps. Okay.
Correct.
You okay with that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions from the agent? Yes.
This is Chris from City of Wichita. Public Works. I just wanted to address item A, number 6. That easement would need to be provided before City Council or MAPC whenever you need it.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Okay. Does anyone from the public wish to speak on this at this time? Seeing none, bring it back to the commission. Members?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve. I think we got to have a, we have to have a variance,
Yes, we do.
and then to change items A, 5, and 6. Lost my page. With the understanding, and then also F1, that they're going to determine the location of the water line. Is that clear enough, staff?
Okay. We have a
I just
motion.
want to verify.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to verify over here that we mean a variant or a waiver, not a variant.
Sorry, I lost my list.
Okay. Yes, sir?
Can I make one minor request, or just for Clarification, the utility easement along Burton, can we just make that a water line easement instead of just a regular utility easement? Okay, thank you.
Is that okay with everyone? Should that be part of the motion then?
Yes, that would need to be added to the motion.
Okay, do you accept that as part of your motion,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson? Thank you. We have a motion by Commissioner Johnson, second by Commissioner High. Yes, Scott?
One more clarification question. Sorry, it's a complicated plat.
It's all right.
Lots going on. So that motion also includes that the easement that was referenced on the north side would need to be completed or put in place before the plat could be finalized.
Yes.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes 7-0. Our next item is subdivision 2025-00037, one-step final plat for the Vineyard Terraces 3, and it's east along North 215th Street and west 29th Street North. It's in the county. We have the staff report, please.
Good morning, Greg Sharon, planning staff, here to present the Vineyard Terraces 3 edition. If you can go to the plat, please. This is a 20-lot residential subdivision in the county. If it looks familiar, it is because this was presented last year with 17 lots, but on the southeast corner of the lot, they added approximately 2 to 3 acres of land to be included in this plat. So with that, we felt it was appropriate to represent this to the committee for approval. There is one waiver that will be needed, and that is from the required turnaround at the south end of North 214th Street. Subdivision regulations require a temporary turnaround for street stubs greater than 150 feet. Go through staff comments. Item A, MABCD, this is within Rural Water District number 4. Soils test and memo is needed. Item B, County Stormwater Management, a drainage plan was submitted with the submittal of the plat, and comments from the review of the drainage plan were forwarded to the agent just yesterday. Item C, Sedgwick County Fire standard comment regarding service drive code compliance. Item D, County Public Works, changes to cul-de-sac design and additional access controls. Item E, planning, platters text additions. Item F, county surveying will comment at the time the Mylar is submitted. Item G, GIS will need to approve of street names before final approval. And item H, Sedgwick County Electric Co-op has reviewed the plat and requested additional easements. And those have been forwarded to the agents. So with that, I will stand for questions.
Okay. I have a question for County Fire. Do you approve of the waiver?
That would be not providing a turnaround on this street stub because it's over 150 feet.
Yes, we approve of that.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions from commissions? Advisory board comments or questions? Okay, thank you. Will the applicant or agent come forward, please? You will have 10 minutes. Please state your name and address.
Thank you. My name is Chuck Robinson. I'm a land surveyor with Caw Valley Engineering at 9139 East 37th Street North here in town. We have made all of the changes that were requested under items D, E, and H. So those we agree to those, and we've made those changes. They were very minor changes. So other than that, I'll entertain any questions that you have.
Did you receive the drainage plan back yesterday that they sent?
Yes, our engineer is here, and yes, we did.
Does he approve of those, the comments they made? You're okay?
Chad, you want to come up here?
Yeah, could you state your name and address, please?
Chad McCullough, Caw Valley Engineering, 9139 East 37th Street North. It was, most of it was adding additional information to the drainage plan. There was some additional drainage easements requested as well, but we'll make those changes and get the drainage plan revised and submitted back to the county. But we had no issues with any of the comments that were made by county staff.
Okay, so you're good with all the staff comments?
Yep.
Are you planning on using rural water district on this?
It's 1.5 miles to the south, so these will everybody will be on their own well. So, and then they'll be doing the advanced alternative wastewater treatment individual, little package deals for sanitary.
Okay. Other questions from commission members? Advisory board comments? Okay, thank you. Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak on this? Okay. I'll make a motion. We approve this as with staff comments and the waiver. Okay. Yes? Thank you.
Could you make your motion subject to approval of the drainage plans?
Yes, it does include the approval of the drainage plan. So we have a motion by Commissioner Zimbelman and a second by, was it Williams Bay? Yeah, Commissioner Williams Bay. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes 7-0. The last item on the agenda is a discussion of updating the subdivision regulations. So you're welcome to stay around. This is for commissioners and advisory board if they wish. So do you want to start this, Scott, or you want me to start it, or what do you want to do?
If it's okay, I'll take a stab at it, and then you can let me know if there's any corrections. So there's 2 items that are listed. One is doing a consent agenda for the subdivision committee meetings, and the second one is the application checklist for subdivision applications. These are, if they look familiar, these are things that have been on the agenda a number of times before now. The latest update that we've got is that the subdivision committee thought it would be a good idea to take the checklist to WABA, well, the stakeholders in general, but WABA was identified as a stakeholder to consult with. We had a meeting with them, and there were a number of, there was, I think, one developer that was there. We had a member of the subdivision committee there. We had consultants who do submit applications there. We had a copy of the checklist and had an opportunity for them to go through it. The conversation, I really didn't pick up that any changes, that they requested any changes or would like to see any changes to the checklist. I think they were fairly comfortable with it. And I also emphasized that they would have the opportunity to provide any additional feedback, even after the meeting, to us or to members of the subdivision committee, or even to show up to the meetings. So I don't believe that there's been any additional comments that have come in. So I take that as a good sign in terms of sharing it, getting comments early, and then where we're at today. So I didn't see any hesitation or resistance to it. So that's about the checklist. But I do want to indicate that we did get some comments about ideas and concepts for changes to the subdivision regulations. And so it's my understanding that WABA is members of WABA, consultants, and I think maybe developers, but I know for sure the consultants are going through the subdivision regulations and they're going to, it sounds like, provide recommendations for what changes they would like to see or recommend to the subdivision regulations. So that was the feedback that I received or walked away with from the WABA meeting.
Okay, well, I have a little bit of additional information. That same committee, I guess, that was there the day you were there, has embarked upon updating the regulations. I don't think they're done. They're getting close to being done. Their plan is to submit their findings to you and probably city manager or assistant city manager. One of the points that has always been a point of contention with them is this wanting a third party involved or a consultant or whatever you want to call it. They don't think we need that, and they're open to letting you review what they did and decide where we want to go from there. So that's where it stands at the present time. So anybody else know any more than I do? Yes.
You said that there was a member of this subdivision committee that was present at that meeting.
Mr. Dool, I think your question was, there was a member.
Who was from this committee was present at that meeting?
Just me and Scott.
Oh, okay.
But the rest of it were made up of the agents that come up here all the time, a developer and things like that. Now, as far as the committee that's going through the subdivision regulations, I'm not sure who's all on that, but I'm sure everybody was at that meeting is on that committee. Is that correct, Kim? Okay. Kim's on the committee, by the way. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So going back to the checklist and the consent agenda, though, I think where we're at is, as the director, I'm not comfortable putting the checklist into use until there's an action from the subdivision committee, or if you want the full MAPC, I'm comfortable with either, to indicate that you're in support of doing it. Because I just want to make sure that there's a public stakeholders, the volunteers who have come forward and said, yeah, we think this is appropriate. Then the second part, if you want more information or if there's other groups that we should consult with to get more information, happy to do that. But whenever you're comfortable with it, if you indicate that you are, and then what we would do is work towards getting that in place and keep you updated on when we would have that ready to put in place, into effect. The second part then is the consent agenda, and I would encourage you to consider doing it similar to how the MAPC, how you do it as part of the MAPC, which is these are the items on the agenda. Is there anyone who would like to speak? Any members of the committee? And then are there any members of the public who would like to speak on it? I think it's an efficient way of doing it, and it ensures that people who are in attendance have a ready and available opportunity to speak on items.
Okay. I think the only comment I've heard about the checklist is the desire to do away with a lot of what goes on with the staff report. They'd rather see line by line, fire department's okay, all of the departments, okay. And then if there's one that's not okay, then it can be expanded on. So I don't know if we're headed that direction or not, but.
I see it as related but separate thing that we could do, because the checklist they're their own series of documents, and the checklist depends on what type of application you're putting in. Is it a one-step final plat? Is it preliminary? So there's different checklists for different ones. But that was some of the feedback thank you for bringing it up, that we received at the WABA meeting was a desire to make additional changes or suggestions to make additional changes to the staff reports to make them easier for people to understand and to convey the information. And I think the emphasis that WABA representatives brought forward was an emphasis on departments indicating whether or not the plat is in compliance with the regulations very early and very quickly in the report. And so I think there could be opportunities to work towards that. But if you'd like to wait and work on that before you make any final decision on the checklist, I'm happy to do that. Or if you want to take them kind of one at a time, we can do that as well. Either way.
Okay. Anybody have any comments or questions about where we're at here on this? Everybody happy?
As long as we can see a draft here.
Okay, I guess we have no further business. We will adjourn. Thanks you all for being here.